Can you talk to us about the preparation for the match against Atlanta? One of the things that email force were mentioned in the last game is the field conditions were difficult against FC Cincinnati. They were better at home. What do you expect going into Atlanta?
Yeah, first of all, it's the same preparation like always when we are talking about the opponent. Then we prepare our training session and in our defense behavior and our offense behavior. And for sure, then it's a little bit special on Saturday that we are playing on turf. We had this experience last season, but it's not in this week in our mind that we also practice or that we have a practice training session on turf. So it's normal our trainings field. We use it the whole week, and then hopefully to be ready for Saturday.
And can you also talk to us about Cam Harper's status and Lewis Morgan's status, and also what are you expecting to do as terms of structure? Are you probably going to think about bringing Dylan Nealis or perhaps Dennis Gangard?
Yeah, first of all, it's a good message what we have for Cam Harper, that it's not so bad that we expected at first on Saturday, but it's difficult to say, and it's also difficult to say for the medical team now when they are coming back or when Cam is coming back. And it's the same topic with Lewis, and we have to wait a little bit for him. He will be not ready for Saturday in Atlanta, that's clear. And then we have to check him the next days, and hopefully he's coming back quick as possible.
Does that mean that there is a possibility for Mohamed Sofo to start again in Atlanta?
Yeah, could be an option. He had some issues at beginning of the week, Sofo, so it's a question now if he is ready on Saturday. So we have some questions for Saturday, and this is then my responsibility, my target to find the solutions and hopefully then good solutions for Saturday. And it's the same what you ask with Dylan Nealis. Yeah, Dylan Nealis is an option as a right wing back. What he played in the last game in our home opener against Nashville. Then we have Dennis Gangard as an option. So this is what we have to look for tomorrow and then to decide on Saturday.
And my last question.
Yeah, it's okay.
We saw something good on Rebels Media. They posted a training. We saw Serge Ngoma back. Can you just tell us about his status? How is he looking in fitness terms? And then is there a possibility to see him play soon?
You asked some questions. It's good questions, and it's a lot of these questions about injuries play. That's not a good point for us, to be honest. But at the end, he started at the beginning of the week as a neutral player more. So, and we were hoping that he is also coming back as quick as possible. Could be an option for Saturday. That is what we have to check tomorrow in our pre-match training.
Next, we go to Mark on Zoom.
Hey, Coach. Talk to us about Atlanta's team speed, especially with Latte Lath. Even Almiron at 31 years old is a pretty quick player, and how the defensive alignment will be set up to kind of slow those guys down.
Yeah, it's what you mentioned. It's exactly that. It's a very good team, especially in the offense structure and the offense behavior with all these four guys. Miranchuk as a 10, Almiron right winger, but he's coming more inside than Latte as a striker, clear striker with deep runs and also keeping the ball in some moments. And then they have Lobanica on the left side. He played this now the last two games on the left side. So very good structure in the offense. And but at the end we have to defend this all together as a team, not only our two center backs or three center backs, depends on our structure, or our full backs. We have to defend this all together, and it starts our pressing with our strikers, with our sixth position then as well, to be very compact. And it's necessary then also to find our moments with the ball, and especially in our transition moments.
Next, we'll go to Joe Pantorna.
Hey, Sandro. Sorry to circle back on Cam and Lewis for a sec. I know you said it's difficult to say when Cam is coming back. Is it safe to maybe assume that it's more of a week-by-week basis? And then I was just wondering for Lewis if you'd be able to confirm maybe what part of the area the injury is from. Does it have anything to do with maybe the hip that had...
No.
bothered him
Yeah.
before?
No, I can say exactly what for Luis is a knee issue, which he had last week. So this is it's difficult to say now for me now exactly. Okay, he's ready in 7 days, 9 days, 10 days. We have to wait a little bit, and I'm sure then that we can give you the answer then exactly more next week, hopefully. And the same with Cam. This is exactly. I don't want now to speculate about. Okay, maybe he's coming back. I don't know in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or 6 weeks. So give us a little bit time, and then we can talk exactly. So what could be the time line for these both guys.
Next, we go to Christian Arnold.
Coach, sorry to harp on this. I'm just curious. Obviously, Lewis has gone through, a lot of injury history in 2023, and that kind of, had a big impact on his career. He had the great comeback last year. I'm curious just what his mindset is right now as he's dealing with another issue. Have you kind of noticed him taking it in stride, or just how have you noticed him handling this go around?
No, it's we are in very good conversations with Luis. Our medical staff is in very good conversations with him. So now we have to check him. So, but nothing now special or nothing to concern. Oh, what happened now with Luis Morgan? So he's a very professional player, very professional guy, and he's working very serious with the whole medical team. And now we have to wait a little bit, but. Not the main focus is now for the injury players now, which we have. The main focus is now what do we need for Saturday on turf in Atlanta.
Next, we'll go to Anthony Merced.
Hey, Coach. The last 10 years, this team has relied heavily on New York Red Bulls 2, the reserve team, to really kind of pick up the slack in some of the moments like we've seen these past weeks with injuries. How much easier is it for you as a coach when you know that you can go to a reserve team that produces that talent to be able to put them out there and know that they're going to be able to produce for you?
Yeah, it's great. It's great to have these to have this opportunity and this is what I said after the game directly against Nashville. It is our identity. It's our philosophy as well, and that we have a very, very good connection to the academy, very, very good connection to the second team, and it's necessary, especially with Ibra as a head coach, so that we are always in contact. That Ibra is in every training session with us on the field, and then we are talking about the training session of the second team. We are talking every weekend about the performance of the game in the second team, and that's a process. And at the end, the player, the young players, and they are responsible, and they can decide. Okay, now it's the moment to show every time the quality, his quality, in every training session, each training session, in the second team, in the first team, and then to be ready for us in our first team. But this is for the whole club. It's the main goal to help and to support these guys for their development.
Next, we go to Voss.
How's it going, Coach? Best of luck for Saturday.
Thank you.
For the Tom again. I just wanted to ask you, I know you like to talk about what your team can control, but there's a new head coach in town for Atlanta United, but he's very familiar with the league, and especially with the Red Bulls having a 3-1-4 record. Do you think him having that experience goes into your plans of how to maybe counter some of the attacking threats that he may bring on the night?
I didn't hear this so good.
About the Atlanta United
the
coach.
experience.
He used to be the coach for NYCFC. Does that experience play any factor?
To be honest, it's not in my mind now. So we will see what happened on Saturday, but it's not the main part now, the main concentration or my main focus about this topic. So it's they have the same points like we have now after 2 games. They won the first game against Montreal, then they lost the second game on the road. So that's the situation, but not to think about what is it now a big advantage for Atlanta now because of the new head coach.
Next, we go to Luca.
Hi, Coach. I know you may not want to talk about last season, but I'm just curious what learnings you maybe took from the October match at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. It's the biggest atmosphere in MLS with, upwards of 40,000 fans, and just curious what learnings maybe you took from that game. Serge Gomez scored late in that game, and then the learnings maybe you took from that to that you'll apply to Saturday.
Yeah, we analyzed the main part of, because it was another coach, so it's not now the main game which we analyzed. Our last game in Atlanta, I agree, and it was a great atmosphere in the Atlanta stadium, and I think it was. We played midweek in Toronto, and then 2 or 3 days later in Atlanta. We lost this in some unlucky moments, but we analyzed some preseason games. We analyzed both games in this season against Montreal, and then also in Charlotte on the road. This is the main focus which we took now in this week.
Everyone, we have time for 2 more questions with Coach. First, go back to Voss.
How's it going, Coach? Just wanted to ask you on your team's momentum going into this match, because although week 1 may have been a 1-0 loss, the team still played well. They performed at home against Nashville. And can you just talk about the importance of that momentum going into Saturday?
Yeah, first of all, we are talking every time, every day, on the trainings field, in our video room, in our locker room, every day, about our principles, about our intensity, about our mentality, about our behavior when we have the ball, in our principles. That's the main focus which we have in every day when we arrive here in our facility. And then for sure, and when we play like against Nashville, when we have this performance, then we want also to get points. It was the first game in Cincinnati. I would say we deserved as well points there in this game on the road, but we lost 1-0, and now it's to continue our way, how we want to play, with a lot of new faces, with a lot of new guys, new players, young players, and but main concentration, main focus to develop is every time, first of all, to think about what we have to build up in our principles, in our style of play, and that's also necessary for Saturday in Atlanta.